Let's hit that button and see what happens. Guaranteed as soon as we do, the phone will probably go off the hook. And that would be a bad day for everybody. Mainly just me on that. But welcome in on today's lovely stream. We're revisiting a fan favorite. Revisiting Age of Mythology Retold. As we do some pro casting games. Because why not? We all gotta make sure we jump in there and have a good time. So I believe that's what we should do. And I believe that's what we're going to do. So welcome in. Grab a seat. Stay warm by the fire. Ensure to enlighten yourself with the warm aspect of the fire. It will keep you nice and warm. As we continue on, we should see who else. We should see what else we got in here. And who else we're going to be watching today. You know, Tennyson's out there as well, and so is Magic as well. Speaking of the devils, we should probably try to find one of those games rather than this other one that we are going to review. We gotta jump in there for some real good stuff, you know? Gotta get in there. Why is incoming ad break on? I have Twitch ads like not on preloads, so that shouldn't be a thing. The fact that it's even considering to be a thing is upsetting me because pre-rolls are off. Why is my cursor all messed? I can't even see where it actually is. That is interesting. Come on, get a regular cursor. It's still glitched out from before, so I can't scroll down. It would be one that just started, though, so I wonder if it would be I Am Magic. There it is. We're going to go ahead and do that, as that's going to be a good time. For another day, another dollar, spectator delay comes in. Of course it comes in. Why would it not? Because we're going to be live in that action with these folks. We don't want that to impact anything negatively, so we got to get in there. As we pump us music here. To continue to roll in, we're going to have to check it out and see what we get going on. I'm going to be excited for this, though. Could be a good time. Could be a good time. And I'm currently just warming up by the fire, so 49 seconds till it drops. And when it does drop, we'll be good to go. But he still did. Alrighty, we're going to be getting in here very shortly as we roll. Incoming ad break. Why is the Twitch ads coming in when I have told them not to come in? In the blue corner, we have here a classic player named I Am Magic coming in. Trying to make a name for himself, as he already has a great name for himself, but he's going to be playing against Tennyson as well. So let's go ahead and pause that epic music and get back into the real world here. So coming in with Raw, let's go find out where Raw would be. Coming to fight with Raw. We have the stats up here on the board for Raw, which we'll be seeing here as well. And in the red corner, Aranos, another Atlantean and Raw. So I like how we're trying to bring Raw back. That's something that I do always find interesting, because we always want to make sure we get that back, you know? So, Aranos, you know, let's get a little shift in action in here too as well. So, with these two team-ups here we got going on, it should be an interesting sight to see. Oh, but the YouTube people won't see these stats because it is not in the middle of the screen. But you know what they will see is they will see that when we bring in Aranos And after that, we bring in Raw as well. They'll definitely see those, though. So that's the matchup that we have here, rocking and rolling. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got for relics on the board. In the first corner, we have the goats, the greatest of all time themselves, the goats. Followed by more goats, 6 goats off the rip. Very impressive, if you don't say so myself. The berry bushes will keep this relic nice and safe. Here we have the text of Imhotep. Buildings are constructed faster, minus 10%. Alrighty, the Oracle has also seen this one over here as well, hiding by the monkeys. We will have here is Ring of the Nibelung, provides a small trickle of gold. It's always a fan favorite to get that one early. That is for sure. In the Southern Hemisphere, let's see what else we have here. Buy more monkeys and the Oracle. I think that if we look at Magic, I think he has seen almost every single one of these. Pardon me, Tennyson. He's seen all 3 artifacts already on the board. That's quite impressive. And we have the Bridle of the Pegasus. The Pegasus Scout will periodically appear and respawn if killed. Are those golden lines or just regular lines? Regular lines. And yet we have one more down in the further hemisphere of this world here we have. And this one over here is by the zebras. This one here will definitely give us the Arrows of the Alfar. Increase the range attack of buildings. Increase the melee attack by 20%. Okay, so that's what we're looking off to start things up with. We do have an obelisk and we have an oracle already on the board in this far corner. So we will see how that works. Alrighty, the eagle is spotted over the top of this obelisk as well, and we have the giraffe hunt sky passage already being put down by the Atlanteans to get that quick and easy exploration and that hunt down. So if the villagers are being attacked, they can come and retreat just like that, gone instantly, run away like crazy. So we'll definitely see some action going on that. We do have the first age up coming up here very quickly on the board at 355. We are rocking Tennyson is going to be aging up. Raw is still working on some economic upgrades, but will also be working on his classic age as well. We have another sky passage in the far corner with the hunt, but also with some gold. So we'll see how we utilize that. The obelisk obviously sees that, so he does have eyes on and understands that's already there. We have 3 artifacts on the board that have not been captured yet either. So those are still waiting for us to be seen. Magic is currently just watching that, just checking things out. And it's also seeing his other oracle down there too. And he will now, his oracle will come in here, doesn't want to get an obelisk up, will staff him from the rear, stopping him from his path of destruction. Why is that going to come up? But it is, so warning people on Twitch, apologies. The pre-rolls that are off apparently are coming on.
Great.
And the priest gets away with 30 health. And the Wajette is coming in to the rear. Make sure we clear that off. Obelisk has been destroyed. That oracle was not putting up with that nonsense and has already taken it off the board. It was already gonzo. Already gonzo, you know? So that's wild. We do have that priest and Wajette moving up here towards the hunt. We only currently have 1 Murmillo on the board. And we have the Caldera scouting and getting shot by the center itself. Alrighty, we have the Murmillo getting rid of that obelisk. We don't want him to see that. He doesn't see his army yet. Let's see what he has for a little bit of a force. He's got 2 Murmillos and 2 Termas. Here we go, coming in, trying to ruin the hunt. We'll start to attack the animals and the civilians while they retreat into the sky passage. Get a quick away. Murmillo goes down. He did not stand up. He did not even want to take resistance on that. He did not decide that that was the right thing for him to do. So he came in, he saw, he conquered, and he left. He said, I had enough of that. I think my web camera is a little bit too spicy when it comes to a certain exposure or a certain saturation might be. Let's see if it's exposure. Not the exposure. Probably could be the saturation or maybe the sharpness. Here's the white balance. Maybe that's, yeah, let's get a little less white. We don't need to be too yellow on that sense. Sky Passage will go down, and those villagers are currently over here getting the hunt and the gold actually by Magic's Reservoir. So we currently have a big army being built quite quickly, as a matter of fact. 11 axemen on the board, 2 priests, wedget, now the slingers will come out as well. So we have versus 5 Murmillo and a whole whack of goats. We have 13 goats on the board, ladies and gentlemen. 13 goats. Murmillo and Terma, 4 Terma, and 5 Murmillo. Those Terma won't be able to do much against these axemen. We don't have any, only the one slinger there that the Terma might want to take a challenge at. So we'll see if that even works. The Murmillos are checking out to make sure that we don't have anything captured down here. No one has captured the artifacts yet. Actually, let's double check that to make sure. Well, we do have one artifact, and that is the building time. So that's a good one here, too. Second TC going up in the middle. That's going to be key to control this area. So let's see if we can hold that TC with this military. We do have a stronger military than some of the other ones, so that's going to be a good thing for us on the board for this action-packed game. So we're rolling into the base, working on that hero who is going to try to get some of that action on one of the other artifacts. We have some more military barracks going up as well, realizing that we don't have enough. Manners are in the far corner. He will then send his army back as we work on taking over the hunt. Magic wants that hunt. It used to be Tennyson's, but now it's going to be Magic's hunt. So you'll get the hunt, put some pressure on with these medium axemen, getting that upgrade in. The Wyjet are also in behind, 3 Wyjets. Working on those citizens while these Murmillo are just simply smacking a stack. Not a whole lot of action on that part here. Alrighty. Terma are retreating by the villagers with meat. They will chase them down with their meat. Here come some slingers. One Terma almost going down, and he will be defeated by the Wyjet. In case you didn't tell what that was, let's do it again there. No, Wyjet. Heroic Age at 859 on the board. Satyr not going to be able to do much at all here. Spawns in and gets defeated by the priest and by the axeman quite quickly on that respect. So we will have to see if we can manage to hold this off, because so far we're not holding it off, and we might not be able to do that. Working on this sheep hunt now. 12 remaining out of the 13 original. The draft hunt on the front line is being taken, so it is ironic if you look at Magic is working on the frontline hunt that was taken over from Tennyson, but yet over here we have Tennyson taking on the rhinoceros that were near his base as well, and getting his gold that was from his safety. So you will eventually see that. In the meantime, we have some more action coming in here as we get closer. Welcome in, Mama Bear. How are you doing? Good to see you. How about we give you a little shout out? Long time no see, Mama Bear. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're feeling well. And here we go. We got some more things going on this front here. Okay. Look at that. Here we go. We're moving into the far base here as well. I'm doing very good. Thanks for asking. I probably should have disabled those shoutout features on the other PC for the recording purposes, because those will not be showing up out of nowhere. But that's okay. As long as it's on the main PC, that's what we care about on the stream PC. Scouting around, making sure we don't have any more of these villagers to go on that. So, no, I'm doing very well, the Mama Bear. Thanks for asking. Ooh, we do have a bit of military showing up here in the middle, while the other forces are scouring and scouting. They're looking at some... He turned some of those Conteras into heroes as well. What have you been up to, Mama Bear? What have you been up to? And he's still continuing to look at the scouting. Scouting of the golds. Not sure where he's getting his gold from. If I do check his scout, he's kind of wondering. He's already checked a few of those out. The Wyjet and the Conteras coming in. Getting cursed on the board as well, but then shifting them out immediately, so they're not going to have to worry about that and get into any further action on that. That's actually a very smart move to get that on there. back to COD. There you go. I've actually been played, I think, 2 games of just multiplayer to work on a K98, trying to get that upgraded a little bit. Town center, sniping off these little guys here. I want to get that working up, and I might actually consider playing some COD again too as well. I'm happy to hear that. That's really good. Focusing on yourself is key. I bet you're feeling a lot better too, just by focusing on yourself with that. Axemen and Spearmen pushing off these Canteras here. As you can see, 14 Spearmen in that fight and 9 Axemen. So we do have a lot of horses here that are going against ranged soldiers and siege enemies. So, Scarab on the board as well. Still have some Wajettes shooting around as well. That second TC is now a Citadel. Arcus coming on the board as well for the other team. Both players having a nice little military here. We're looking at 99 to 86 on the board. Have you been feeling better? Are you focusing on that, Monbear? Excuse me. Still isn't seeing these guys. They're getting a lot closer to, though. Well, we gotta get it focused in on here in these 2 militaries. Farm going down, get broken down. Healer and both of these forces, Carnivorous Plant going down. Scarab still really good health. Satyr doing some work. Shockwave to get those damage going here. Working on them as well. He was 76 to 60 on the armor. Terrace will start to protract as he is losing that initial battle. However, heavy losses on both teams. This Hero Mamillo will not survive the escapade. We do have lots of Wajettes still. 5 of the Wajettes chewing on that. You know what? I agree with that actually quite a bit. I actually find that's a very good way to do things. Just kind of try to avoid much of the watching aspect on it too. I haven't been able to do much of watching or necessarily and producing, but we are here trying to get it to move along as well. So I'm sorry to hear about the extra anxiety though, but I think that by focusing on that main goal, you'd be doing a lot better on that too. I have not yet seen... Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't seen you stream in quite a while. Gold going up, another stronghold coming down to get placed. We do have these horses trying to scour and look for any potential way to get some of those villagers to get them in. He wants to get that raiding party in. And the very far north again, another sky pass is going down for Tennyson for some more of those hunts and the ability to retreat and instantly if needed. Another town center going up here as well. So we finally see Tennyson going for the second TC, which will help his villager production. His military is nowhere near. This will hurt these villagers getting berries. Yeah, 1 down. Scarab working on the temple, doing massive damage on that, by the way. This Scarab is hitting very hard. Good against soldiers and buildings. His forces will get in there, but not in the time that it takes for this to go down. This will be annihilated before they can even get up anywhere near where they need to be. So that is definitely going to be something that we see happening here on the board. Scarab working on a manor, trying to detract them away from the actual target. Arcus just walking in to get slayed. The Wajettes, now some chariots being built. We do have that other northern army coming across the board too. And we are chasing down those Canteras that were trying to get some of those additional villagers off. So now we're going to have some pretty good battles happening here. So we're going to see how this goes. Yeah, Mama Bear, I actually found that helped a lot too for myself by not focusing too much on the Twitch itself. But, you know, trying this other stuff out. I kind of like this. It's high energy. It's fun. It's interesting. I can do some fun games here. Watch some pros play. Like, a lot less stressful than actually doing it yourself, you know? Okay. Big army coming in here for the big engagement. It's going down. Curse coming in. We don't have that ability to shift away this time. This will hit them pretty hard. We do have some Arcus and Satyrs down below. And some heroes working on that Scarab, trying to get them rid of it. And that Scarab will go down. The Wajettes are still in play. We are losing all the Canteras on that field. We do have lots of Arcus coming in. These chariots will have to retreat unless they want to get poked by themselves with these horses. They'll start the macro and work on getting rid of these archers while they try to pick off. This half of that army is very low in health and may not survive much more than we already currently see actually on that. Lots of Arcus coming on the board. His horses will actually back out here right at the stronghold as it will hit hard. You'll need to get some actual stronghold siege weapons out here to work on some of that too. Both teams macroing very well on the board as well. Looking at the map from a far distance here, we still have that northern punch and that southern gold by Tennyson on the other team as well too. So I also like playing this game too, Mama Bear. The written strategy is always a lot of good fun. This is an old one too from when I revisioned version of the old game I used to play. The military is, why is it keep going black is my question, but we do have this other military of 24 units going further off and away out of the envisioned area. So if I take a look at this, you'll see he does spot it, but at the same time he's also transferring his units over here. He's trying to think he's gonna be on the gold, but he's not. He's wondering, where is that gold? Where are they? They're not here. Well, there's some. Oh, he managed to get in. Almost got away fully before getting taken out. That didn't go too long. That did not go. Alrighty, let's get that full map reveal going back on here so we can continue to see what everybody has. We do have some of that part of his army, two of his armies here. Took out 3 citizens on the board too. Both teams fairly even on the score and fairly even on the economy as well. So we could be seeing 2 mythic advances before you know it. Economic upgrades on the board in both teams as well. Center is held by Magic, but because he is doing that southern gold, oh, he's finishing it. You got some 9 villagers doing nothing now. You got that southern gold, and he's got those berries after he did the additional hunt. You wonder if he's going to realize he's got people doing nothing. There they go. Going for the secondary one. Sky Passage going down. As well as a palace to protect that gold. This is going to need to keep that safe from harm's way. We do have some horses scouting for these villagers. They will get there, but not in time. And now they will be a bunch of other... Ooh, just got an upgrade on heavy chariots too that just came across the board. Getting stuck in here, Spearman will take out a significant amount of those horses before they can even get by. That was a complete wrong direction and lost half of that army to nothing before you can even get involved. Magic putting some additional pressure over here. Trying to keep some of his gold on reserve. Heavy archers, that is going to be well for him on that sense. Medium Arcus on the board and heavy Canteris. And where are the medium Murillos too? So we got a medium army over here as well on the heroic age. So we'll see how that has to work. Pushing him back further. Big engagement happening here, big engagement. We have Siege Tower, the carnivorous plant coming in to help slow them down. Satyrs and archers just got upgraded. They are now heavy Arcus, sniping off one by one on these aspects here. Siege Tower trying to go in and work on that town center. It will not do much work on him. Arcus are getting hit by the wet jets as well, so start to pick those off one by one. The heroes will start to actually work on those, and he will be working on his heroes again too. So it's still battle could be anyone's game here. 71 to 75 on the military, producing significant amounts on both sides. Prosperity coming in as well with the rain. Another siege tower going for that second TC. This is all happening. We don't see anything else from the north. Lots of production happening on Magic, as you can see it on the map here coming through. Getting in pretty hard, so these archers will stop those camels from getting anywhere near. However, we do have some chariots pushing away as we're unable to secure that second TC. These chariot archers are expanded on their formation to make it more difficult for them to get in there. Siege tower will push through these people. We'll get stuck on them and we'll go down before even able to work on that TC again. We do see some destroyers coming to tank some of that additional damage too, which will be a good thing too. They have a lot of defense against range, so that's a smart aspect on that. And they will do also very well against the citadel or any town centers that come in. Lots of archers shooting. They're now shooting at the villagers, working with the horses as well. He will then send his gold executioners away from here. He has yet to see that secret sky passage farming issue we have here, which is going really well for him. We do have the destroyers poking at this stronghold and archers firing back and forth with stronghold and citadels, all shooting them all at once. This one goes down. First one went down. That is making some headway on this battle here. We are moving further on that, so that is going to be huge for our team here. So working away on that. Moving towards the next one. Still have some medium destroyer, getting that upgrade on them too. Camel riders coming in to try to help set back this as well. They're good against range and cavalry, so that'll work well against his heavy Canteris as well. We do see a little bit of action over here. We see 4 of these destroyers coming in from the other angle too, which they will keep tanking some of that archer damage. And while they're doing that, we're smacking the stronghold with these other ones too, so that will go down. And they are now upgraded to heavy destroyers as well. So these ones, no matter what, they didn't last long. However, we are making good progress on that. Magic finally taking a look, butter knifing the palace, trying to get that gold. Has now been discovered. And this palace will be defeated by the butter knives. As he is starting to freak out, putting down these additional barracks down, and he's getting some soldiers up. Spearmen coming in. And will start to poke these citizens. And will we have a villager battle? I know there's another battle happening here, but we're going to see a butter knife versus other battle here? Butter knife's working on that on that sky passage. Which one will they come out of? They will pop out of the main base and be reallocated to different areas too. He will now build his own stronghold up here while we come back to the battle here. So we did be able to push both of those strongholds down. We weren't able to get that other one down though. That town center one as well. That citadel stronghold, midville stronghold, both up still. We'll start to rebuild his army here with heavy Murillos included in this fight now. We'll have to take back on that. Both teams still working really well on the scoreboard too. Neither one looking to advance. Never mind, pardon me, we do have Osiris coming on the board here very shortly, which will make another impact on the upgrades on his soldiers and on the god power to be seen. These Murillos are pushing back the villagers, but there is that issue of that palace to be concerned about. Always trying to take a look and see if we can get some villagers here. Here we go. Lots of these destroyers coming in. God power being placed. Son of Osiris God power on the board. And here comes the Son of Osiris moving where and trying to get an action here. Son of Osiris putting his hard work in here. As we will retreat and produce a lot more arc is coming on the board as well. That stronghold will fail. We do have a mummy on the board as well now. The mummy's trying to make some action here. Losing our destroyers in that main part. Camel riders putting some hard work in here. Magic is switched up to a lot of camel riders, which will make quick work of those Arcus, and they are currently running right into here to get massacred. Also, Son of Osiris will not stand for that either. Pushing them back. Coming at them. Taking a different angle on those shots. And moving it into Desire here. That is going to work well for us on that part. House now, magic turning the tides. Ooh, that would be bad if he went in there with those camels. That would be bad for the Arcus anyway. Surprised they're not. A new pharaoh has been risen to lead your people. Heavy camel. The camel rider coming in. Champion camel rider. If that gets out, that's going to be pretty good. This is a great battle we have here. Tennyson. Oh, he managed to sneak out. Managed to find his gold getters by the sky passage. And did massacre a couple of them. We've got 2 markets up as he will now change his pace of action probably to get off those villagers. Cyrus still putting a lot of work in here. Quite the hero to have, mind you that. 44 to 75 on the military as well. So we are going to be curious to see what we have on that part coming on. So curse going up. Son of Osiris is getting hit. They're showing each other how to make this work. And Magic claiming the victory on this one. Tennyson throwing the towel after his last army has been defeated. GG's to the teams. That was a pretty sweet game when you think about it. That was very good, mind you that. Very good. Very, very good. Now please stay warm by the fire as we prepare for our next one. Check out the timeline. Military quite a bit high. Population quite a bit up as well. Working on both fronts. Rocking with the good music here as we get ready for our next matchup. Of course, you have to go for a next matchup, right? This is how this has to work. Come on in for the next game. Let's see who we're going to be playing up against. I do have a sneaky suspicion that because we are watching I Am Magic and Tennyson play, they'll probably go at it again as well. We do have a few other people playing too today. We have John the Arbiter is also playing out there as well. Get some of the other players too. So we'll take a quick peek here and see what we got going on here. But there's Tennyson and Magic, and you know what? Those 2 players is going to be worth the rewatch because hey, the next matchup has to begin. So we will come back to that game in 25 seconds. How about that? Can rock out to some good music while we wait for getting the next one in. I'm not following Magic yet. That's terrible. As we get ready to do this. I wonder if John Arbiter is still currently live as well. He is still currently live, so there you go. He's still rocking and rolling. We are as well. Keeping warm as we continue this goal to annihilate all of them. To annihilate all of them. Every single one, not just some of them, all of them. 37 seconds remaining until we're back in there. Until we are back in action. Hope y'all ready for it. Y'all ready for it? Because it's gonna come in there. Does 15 seconds remaining until we get back in action. So long as you're warm by the fire, everything will be okay. That's allegedly what it takes, right? Get warm by the fire, get ready for the next game, because it's coming in. Oh, 10 seconds or so, it will be coming back to us. So let's switch back over because it's time for us to consider starting another round. So let's go ahead and pause the wild, amazing music here and get ready for our next game. Shall we begin? Of course we shall begin. In the red corner, we have I Am Magic, deciding to change things up a little bit and play Zeus. We haven't seen Zeus in a little while. In the blue corner, we have Tennyson playing Aranos again for the second time. So coming in with the big old magic, we have Aranos coming in to try his magic against Zeus himself. You see what I did there with, you know, the I Am Magic piece? Well, there you go. So pulling up the stats of the other opponent, let's see what we got here. Zeus's stats on the board will now be visible for you. I cannot target my god power here, just so you, in case you don't notice, but I can't. So, focusing on that, we will have another Atlantean battle versus a Greek this time. So let's see if you can pull the Zeus out and check that out as well. In the other corner, you will then show Aranos' stats too. Okay, so while the stats are on the board, sorry YouTube, you're not able to see those stats. They're a little bit to the left of the screen. If I drag it over though, would that be pop that right in the center? And you would probably see it then. I just imagine it might look a little bit... Oh, it's not going to show in the vertical at all? Alrighty then. Never fear. Let's put that back over here. Anyway, let's go ahead and put that in the corner, and let's get ready for another one here. Let's go ahead and reveal the revelations of the relics, that is. Moving up here, I don't know why it's trying to tell me that I'm trying to place a god power on the board. I'm not trying to place a god power anywhere. Anyway, we have the staff. Villagers regenerate hit points, adds 5.0 regeneration. That's pretty cool. Coming down to the center, we do have the greatest of all time walking across the board as well. Focusing on the Tower of Cestus, increase the tower attack against myth units by 0.40 to all actions. Further down from there, in the other part of the middle, we have more goats, making sure that these relics are safe for everybody to have. Alrighty, Eulo's bow. Increase the range and line of sight of ranged soldiers. Adds 1.0 ranged attack. Alright. And we do have a prostagma, or should I say a scout, in the bottom corner as well. So that's good. Let's get rid of Aranos. I don't know why he's still up there. I apologize for that, Twitch folks. And let's go down over here and check out the Arrows of the Alfar. Once again, we have this. Increase the range attack of all buildings. Melee attack by 20%. Okay, let's see who's checking out what. We do have I Am Magic scouting out these relics on the board. We do have him going for Jason, so he does see a relic that he wants. And he wants to get the line of sight and the range of the ranged soldiers. He wants that. So he's going to go ahead and make efforts to get that by pumping out Jason before he's even up to Classical. He is putting a pretty good run in for upgraded Classic early. 325 on the board, and we're going to see this coming through very shortly here. And when it does, it's going to be a good time for him. Scouting his base, sees his opponent with that scout. The Greek scouts are amazing for that. So he does have that going for him too on that other action, which I think is always important because you can really see what's going on that front. Okay. Take a look and see what Tennyson's got going on. Tennyson, again, Sky Passage Hunt. Oracle over here as well. Another Sky Passage for another hunt as well. Getting those far hunts early. I do like this strategy he uses because the military will take a while to find. If the military does find it, you just pump back in that Sky Passage and then you just take away and you're gone. But getting those early, that's going to be working well. Jason's working on getting rid of this military barracks before it's built with the Minotaur, but he did carry that relic and brought him the relic as well. Deciding to work early on that. Military barracks is going to be starting to have an issue here. We do have 3 Mamillo coming on the board as well. He is repairing it, fully repaired before he can even do much damage to that. So, not a whole lot of damage came on from that. So that's going to be something interesting to see. He made his Mamillo a hero as well. Heracles came across with a hoplite as well. So here we have an early rush coming in. Further soldiers being built. We have 4 Mamillos, 2 being heroes. More hoplites coming in as well, which you gotta keep in mind, these Zeus hoplites They do massive damage against the buildings too. They have the additional bonus on that. Minotaur scouring some of those other soldiers out of the way with the AoE as he tries to continue to work on that. But he's gonna continue to build that. Scout also coming in as well. They're working getting this barracks out. A little bit of macro action happening here. Another healer coming in as well. He is continuing to pile on some of those hoplites, trying to work on this. Realizing that the barracks is not going down as he's just healing it. He's going to send his men in to retreat. But wait. Round 2. He's coming back. He wants more. Now that he's not distracted anymore, he's going right back for that barracks. As we are building a counter barracks over there as well. But then he's like, yo, just kidding. I'm actually going to back off again. Why don't you get the other relic and just do both relics? Oh, he did his secondary, his own little one. He's got his own Murmillo coming around the corner. He managed to get them around without even seeing. Getting off on the hunt. Working on the villagers. This is going to be huge. Tennyson pulling in that move. That was a good one. With that sky passage, came back in his base. Passaged out here, went north, found a hunt right away. Onto that, and that's going to hurt him pretty hard. So this rush that Magic was having is going to be counter-produced here. It's going to hurt him quite a bit when you think about it, because that could have been huge for him. He will push him off, though, but he's still got his gun on that, so that's pretty good for him. Alrighty, we deposited that artifact. This rush is now facing another actual other army versus them. So 33 to 35 on the board here. This force is not the bigger one now. We'll have some other soldiers that will come in that should be there right down the rip. You will now, once his, oh, is he going to do it again? He's going to go back in there again? If he did, that'd be hilarious, actually. Carnivorous plant coming behind the scenes of the enemy line here. Let's see, we got Hero already going right for it immediately. Minotaur working away on some damage here. You have some archers now coming in as well. You have some, also some Terma coming in that will make quick work of those archers. Lost the first hero. Minotaur is almost down. Lots of Murmillo coming in here. Minotaur is down. Terma are still on the board. Hoplite's almost all dead. This is putting him in some trouble here. Losing that military and still having another force of 14. 16 together. Sending in the retreat. Speed walking with his other soldiers. Look at that. That right there is an example of how you speed walk, folks. Send your forces to retreat with the other forces and they will speed walk to victory. Don't be surprised if he sends that army into a sky passage and pops back out here and pushes in. That would have been a nice move, actually. I think Magic's in some trouble here, to be completely honest. Let's see if he can play that long game and turn these tables around. Because the military is not very big. And he does have a good one with healers in the sky as well. Forces 40 versus 30 on the board. Getting attacked by a hyena. Alrighty, guys, let's move in here. We do have that force coming in to terrorize. It is quite close. Building a house on the board. Archer's trying to macro, trying to bait these Murmillo into his base. And get some town action going on here. We don't have many soldiers on the board, though we do have a hero coming up. Jason's back, baby. Jason is back. Still gonna have a bit of an issue here, though. We've got to get some upgrades going here and got to get some more forces going. Map control on the board. Looking at Tennyson with his northern hunt on both sides. We'll meet in the middle with the rest of his military. as Magic continues to scour his own area, just trying to make sure he checks out and sees what we got going on here. So Magic will see that with his... He will not see that right away, but the other player will see with his Oracle here. He does know that the Sky Passage is there, so he will now have to disengage his military, which is scattered in the middle, coming in hard and fast. The carnivorous plant, Carnivora, is coming in to slow down that Minotaur, as he can't run away. He will go down, as you have a couple hoplites that have now medium hoplites. They're trying to make their way back to defend the base, but you've already lost all your archers and your myth units. This could be a GG. Let's see if this hoplite can come in and help clean up a little bit. Minotaur coming on the board, some more soldiers, and other ones coming in. These hoplites will make quick work of those Terma. He will retreat for a quick short while. A couple more archers coming in as well. Steady stream of soldiers scattered throughout the map, but also in the middle too. As we're looking at 68 to 34. Gonna have to keep on working on that. Magic is now in his own base. Not a whole lot of forces to be able to push him away at this point, so this could be an issue as well as we continue to slide downhill. Jason's back again, baby! 4 times Jason. He will come for you. This is a nice little force we got here. 33 units on the board. 68 to 42. Already progressing as well to heroic age. It's going to be a hard one to fight. That map control early on was huge. That wall will not come in time. He doesn't see it though. He's starting to work on one of his barracks, so... You at least have 2 Minotaurs. And he doesn't have any heroes yet on that, so that's also a good thing. You can't afford to lose this military, though. If you lose this military, you're 23. If you lose it, it's GG's. Absolutely GG's. 3 Minotaurs on the board now. So that is also pretty good. Other economic upgrades coming on the board as well. More oracles coming through. Minotaur upgrade, that would be nice to get before you lose your Minotaurs. Imagine just putting your villagers in there to make it look like your army's bigger. That'd be kind of a funny move. I don't know if it would make much sense, but this oracle is also going out to scout the area. If you look at Tennyson's map control, he's got a lot. Basically, they're acting as obelisks. Oracles all around through different key points, right? Through different gold pits, different landmines, different food areas. It's got him pretty nightly teared away. How can he still see all that? You can still see Jason somehow. There we go. Now it's gone. Oh, it looks like he's got a whole bunch more Millows coming up. Oh, now we're talking some heroes too. That's going to be important against those Minotaurs. Pegasus will come in and scout. These are Bullman Minotaurs as well now. But still, only have 33. 29, that is. 64 to 71. Lots of upgrades coming across the board as well. Satyrs too. Whole slew. 7 counter barracks, sorry, 7 military barracks on the board. Second TC up in the middle. No rangers though, so you will be able to play a little bit of fun with him as he's trying to continue to get his soldiers up. It's down 7k points, a significant amount as well. Start to push him, trying to get him away from his base a little bit. Alright, moving in. They're deciding to come in. Curse on the board. All of the plants, all of the god powers. Restoration on the board as well. The carnivorous plant coming in.
Minotaur is trying to put some work against them as well. AoE hitting it hard. More god power. Shockwaves on the board. They're continuously being cursed, and it's going to be a GG. 1-1 on the board for each of these players. Not only did they win the other one, now it's a 1-1 battle. So here we go. Here we go. That was a nice game. Well played, though. Well played by Magic. Coming in pretty solid on that aspect. Do you think they're going to be able to match it up again for another rematch? That would be pretty good, right? Well, we have to find out if we go across the board. I do believe, though, Magic will probably try to get back at that and get his other action on with Zeus as well, because he's going to want to have the come back on that to that one, so... Sure, and see what we got for what kind of stream delay of 1 minute and 49 seconds. That's long enough for me to grab a beverage. Just like that. Go grab a beverage. Sure, why not, right? Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Well. We gotta pause that music because we're back in action. We are back in action. In the red corner, we have Tennyson playing as what would appear to be a Norse player this time, switching it up from the Atlanteans and coming over. And I still have a god power to use, apparently, according to my game. But it's not really. And also, in the other corner, we have I Am Magic coming back as Zeus, wanting to come in here and get his redemption from the last game, as we did have him play the other game, and we were unable to get the victory. So it's been a 1-1 in this 3-game series right now. Tennyson's got one, Magic's got one. Let's see if the Norse versus the Greeks can make a difference. So for the folks that are currently over on Twitch, I will now play Zeus coming in to play against Thor. And with that being said, then we also have to have Zeus's stats on the board. Coming in the far left corner here. All right. Oh, look at that. Scout, it might go down early on. He's trying to smack some of his giraffes to get rid of that hunt for him. Berserk was not letting that happen, though. He was not having it. He's putting it away across the board. And we need to have Thor stats as well. All right. So dwarves are on the board, working hard, putting in that work. We shall start the revelations. Revelations of the relics. Coming in for the relics. Let's go see what we got here, folks. Ah, it tastes so good. It's like real good, you know? Real good. All right. In the top corner, protected by the elephant and the gold mine, we have the Trojan Gate hinge. Ooh, this is a nice one. Increase wall hit points by 20%. That's pretty significant value. Harmonia's necklace. Gold gathers faster by 10% as well. So debatable if you'd want to have that or the trickle. Coming to the south, looks like we only have 4 on the board here. This one, however, is protected by zebras, though. These zebras which are making their sounds, making their Z-donk sounds. You ever heard of a Z-donk before? It's a half donkey, half zebra. It's called a Z-donk. It's a real thing. Search it up. Take a look. Silent P. Scepter. Wood cost by less and gold cost by less for your farms. Moving down to the palm trees. Through the palm trees, we can see the next relic on the board. Fetters of Fainir. Increase villagers' attack by 20% on villaged. On the range, and also by the melee. Both players starting off pretty even on that sense. Tempo going up by Tennyson. Magic going for a quick one. 330 on the board. Already ranked up. That was a very fast one for him. As we've seen last time, he did harass early on when he was playing with the Minotaurs. So I do suspect you're going to see that Centaur moving in, trying to do the same thing. Coming into harass, right? Let's see how we go here. Let's see if he comes in. Where and when will he arrive? Is the question? Of course the question. How could you ever doubt the question to being that itself? Alright. Centaur sees a house, shoots it once. And Jason's already here as well. So once again, early on, we do have that AoE coming down for the dwarves. We do have Gormer the Old. Oh, we got a gate as well. He will lightning strike that hero and get him out, as we have another Centaur as well. Throwing rocks at the Centaur. You gotta see the whole map here. Healing Spring going down to try to heal these dwarves. Centaur is pushing back. The troll will try to come back as well. Centaur not doing too much work. We do have this soldier coming in hard, hammering Jason in the rear with a hammer. That can't feel good. Jason retaliating. Centaur shooting back. Giant rock thrown at the Centaur. This rush is not quite working out as much. Another Hippias on the board. There we go. Now we have 4 soldiers coming across. These dwarves will use a technique to come across. Build an ox cart. Get that hunt. This one gives you seizures, folks. But try not to focus on the seizures. Try not to look it directly in the eyes, as this might give you a seizure. Instead, look at the healing light of the fountain. Embrace it. Embrace the fountain and its glory. Instead, folks. And we do have the Centaur coming in still, working in. Jason hiding behind a wall while these rocks will be being tossed by the troll, which are missing. 4 of the Heresier are on the board as well. We do have another Hippias coming in the corner. The wall trying to protect that gold. He's being harassed pretty aggressively here. Magic does have a northern hunt. Another additional pile of Hippias on the board as well. Those Centaur are now went off on their own and make sure they scout out the whole rest of the map here. But continues to work on the upgrades. Just simply 1 stable, 1 temple, and now the academy is coming down. Raiding cavalry trying to keep up. It will be faster than the Centaur. Hippias, though, this guy will go down. He won't be able to pull that off. But he is aggressive. He wants those Centaur. He doesn't want to see that KOA without it. However, he won't get his way. The Centaurs will survive. Ox cart with dwarves. moving to the northern hunt on his base. Will he see it? Will he see it? Will he get there just in time to see it? All he needs to see is one. And it's been spotted. There they are. That's huge. Get in there. Double AoE on the board. Coming in with the damage on the AoE. Losing one villager. That second dwarf almost went down. Didn't quite though. It does have the relic as well for farming for cheaper. You will retreat that instantly. The dwarves carrying their meat past the Hippias. Large slabs of meat as they chase those Hippias down. However, more Hippias will come. He knows they're there with a scout as well. He will come back in and see if they want to carry their meat the other direction this time. Medium Hippias as well. He will poke these guys. They will change pace. They are going to decide that they're not going to want to be playing around here anymore. Why would they want to hunt there? They will come back again though. This time he'll start building some military academies and buildings around to try to push them away from it. And if he can do that, then you'll be able to go pretty well on that. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. So let's push through. See how we do. Still carrying that relic around. That's so you know you're watching pros. Just gotta carry a relic around the whole game, you know. No point putting it in a base. Raiding cavalry will go down. Unable to survive that onslaught. Medium hoplites now also being built to try to help against those raiding cavalry. Market and longhouse on the board. Both soldiers here, 48 to 38 on the board. Pretty even on the military front. That will scare him. That's too many. And he will run. Senator getting hit in the rear. Going down. Pretty quickly at that too. Don't see any other Senators being built on that front. Will now fully retreat. One Magic was pulling off that aggressive play, and now he's going to send it back to retreat a little bit. On this sense. Dominant force is on Tennyson with Thor. We'll see which team goes for a second TC. This northern hunt is being destroyed, so that will be just changing pace. Those Hippias will change path as he sends the rest of his army in his base while he does go out there to try to raid. I don't know if he knows where all of the raiding spots will be. He hasn't covered the food over there yet. Does see those, so bet you when he sees that, the other player will start to advance. These guys run really fast. Look how fast they walk. One villager down. Doesn't see the zebras. He will send those away. Building more military barracks. Got some great halls, longhouse. His military is still here though. 20 versus 23. Oh, look at that. He's tired of it. Had enough of that. We'll start to seal off the map. Doesn't want these raids. Doesn't want to deal with those raids anymore. We'll spend the resources on that. Working against additional houses. As this great hall is going to be facing terrible, terrible destruction. The fate will come in. There will be ads on the Twitch stream in 3 minutes, folks. They are coming. The ads are coming, so better watch yourselves. You don't want them to come in too hard, but they are coming. More action coming in here. As we work on that military being upgraded to all mediums. Additional amount of hoplites coming in to try to work on that. Tennyson's forces trying to retreat to keep in this game here. They are pulling back on that part. So Magic was being basically put in his own little base. We have some axes here that are being thrown to the highest degree. A dwarven gold mine. Oh, I guess that can grow. That's pretty cool. Going to Healing Spring to also send some of his forces back to be healed from that action too. This Great Hall is going to be taken out. The hoplites are in here. Zeus's hoplites at that. Still have a little bit of hoplites up top. They're going to try to continue to harass. We do have lots of those walls being built though. He does have a false sense of security here. We'll build some more military building barracks over that way. The market is being hit hard as well, so all these buildings will go down, but he will just rebuild and use those walls for his advantage. Zeus Hoplites kicking some serious butt on the Great Hall here. Not much health for that, as he annihilates it quickly. Archers shooting down the last Great Hall. Feeling pretty good about it. However, there is a military hiding. Did see it with the Hippias as well. So we will see how that works for him. He's trying to punish Tennyson for the last match where Tennyson took the advantage. So the 1-1-0 in this series right now. We'll rebuild those buildings that have been destroyed. Starting to transition to those farms. Lots of gold miners in the north as well. Smart. You'll have to work on that wall though if you want to get around it. Hoplites could do a good job on that too. Noticing he is rebuilding over here as well. He is seeing that. Heracles didn't stand a chance and went down. Tennyson will advance before Iron Magic. That extra Hippias is going to scout, trying to uncover what's happening here. Spotting an ox cart, but not really spotting any of those villagers. Oh, here we go. We're missing some action here, pushing them off. Start to destroy those houses to work on that population. Recognizing that he will have flaming weapons now, which he's trying to bait him to use it appears. And he does have his bronze armor as well. So both of these players could use their god power, which would do a lot of damage. 46, or he still has a scout in there? That's incredible. Battle Boar and Raiding Cavalry moving across the north. Hoplites coming in to see a little bit of action here to try to get back at him. Sarch is moving around the corner as well to get some additional shots in here. As those cavalry will get hit hard. He will push some of his forces up here. Throwing axes are still in the air. Alright, we have Northern Gold on both teams. More houses being built and also the academy. Working on the additional armor upgrades as well. And looking on heavy infantry on this side. And medium cavalry coming across for the Norse player. Battle Boar and those horses will come out. And I bet you once they do, flaming weapons might happen. If they can touch them. If they don't get them there, then that would be a different thing. Axes are going down. Hydra's coming in. Flaming weapons is engaged. Ceasefire deployed. To do a significant amount against those flaming weapons. Flaming weapons. He will take that time to build a second TC, which will help fortify against that military. As he will then reappear over here as well. This is the first time one of these players at 16 minutes in is going for that second TC at this point. We have not seen that yet so far, so we are getting that happening right now as we see. So, alright. We have the town centers up. Raiding Cavalry trying to go out. Getting caught by the Hydra with the one head, mind you. Getting sniped by a town center. Bronze armor coming in, which he won't be able to use any god powers against. So this will be huge for him. This will, in fact, do a lot of damage. And he most likely will see this TC go down because he's going to want to stay away from that god power with his armor being so much more increased with that bronze armor coming across the board. There it goes. It goes down. Chasing half the army, chasing in pursuit of a one horse will reclaim its senses and come back here as well. Couple raiding cavalry trying to get some of those villagers that were trying to farm, but meeting a few different archers in the process. These hoplites are just gorgeous. The amount of damage they do is amazing. Heavy archers, heavy hoplites on the board. First hill fort coming up, trying to protect the lower half of his base. Second TC is up on the other side for magic as well. Another Hydra being produced. Maybe it's the same one, so pardon me, it's same Hydra, just different advancement. Throwing axemen, heavy toxotes, going at each other here. It's a great matchup here we have. Magic's doing a great job with this. Oh, some high pass being built as well. Awesome. Look at that, changing up builds. Hydra's trying to get a second head. Will it happen though? Will the second headed Hydra show up? I don't know. This is a good question that we have, but we're not sure that's going to work or not for him. Coming in, shooting some additional channels here. Working on those buildings. Hoplites will be coming in. High pass and peltasts coming out too. Switching it up away from the hoplites. Both parties producing mass amounts of military, trying to see what they can do. Moving ahead into his base, he's now pushing up further away. Pushing up the north. Oh, he's going to look for... He's trying to be a little bit of an instigator here. Trying to see what he can see for... Does see those walls. Doesn't see any additional hunts yet. But I guess he suspects to be so because he's already sent soldiers everywhere across. Sees the ox carts. Ooh, does see those. Being stuck by the walls. And now he does have his forces up here. Flaming weapons reactivated. Ceasefire redeployed. We'll try to trap him in. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That will be a play right there. That will be a play. Look at that. Ceasefire in, but once that's out, flaming weapons are going to be on top of him. Let's see what happens. Reactivate. Flaming weapons, 15 seconds on the board still. Getting hit hard. Hoplites trying to come in and save the day. Flaming weapons dominating his base. That is going to be a great way to salvage that. Lost that whole force based on that one smart move. Oh, pardon me. Look at that. That was a phenomenal move by Tennyson to get that whole army of his knocked out. His northern middle golds are going to go down as well from that. And we're going to start to see that come back in. He will then reallocate those away from that area. And now there will be nothing left up there for him to get, even though he will take that wall down. There'll be no point in doing so. And while that's happening, it looks like your secondary fortified base is going to start getting hammered as well. So this will have to come back We're working that. We're just throwing all the axes at that TC. And it went down rapidly fast. We'll be pushing off the advancement on that part. I gotta put my nose right back. Alrighty, we're back, and we see the massive military pushing further south. Has those original guys up top that were trying to come in a bit as well. We do have building down another settlement coming in here. We do have a lot of champion soldiers now on the board as well, coming through here as well. That TC will go down very quickly. Not able to be complete. Hill Fort coming in as well. Both teams are in mythic advances. And we will see God Power coming up, and we'll start to see all these wolves, the Fimber Wolves, coming across the board here. 30 seconds left on the wolves that are attacking and massacring villagers left, right, and center across the entirety, which I find a very useful skill to put in here. These soldiers are going in, and these wolves are coming in pretty hard with 21 attack. They will come in, but they will not be enough. I Am Magic pulling off the victory, making this series 2 for I Am Magic, 1 for Tennyson on the board. Just like that, we are continuing the world domination, as I like to say. So, folks, how goes it? Oh, I didn't realize those are some of the higher view ones. I gotta take a look at those, some of those things, eh? Let's see what we got going
Age of
on.
Mythology quick tips. Hades and Poseidon favour trick. When playing Hades or Poseidon, you start with 0 favour, which means you can't
Alrighty. Ethan coming in with the lurk, buddy. Look at that 3 stream streak, Ethan, buddy. Look at you. Coming with a big old lurky lurk. Let's go this. Let's go shout out. Let's go add Ethan. Ah, watch. Why is it not populating you? I'll just do it anyway. Type it in manually then. How about that? Type it in manually.
Oh, he got the coin over there, right?
GG's for the folks. GG's for them.
Every night and day. Spread my wings and fly.
Alrighty, let's go take a look and see if we're gonna have another matchup here. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go take a look and see who we got next. Who are we gonna check out next? A Bag of Chaos versus Nick Daddy. That's interesting. Alrighty, how are you folks doing tonight? Say hello. What's going on? We are rocking out with some of this rap music while we're in the YouTube. And a little bit more rap music while we're in the Twitch, right? Right? Something to do with that. Let's see this here video
Or your
here.
classical age hero. The best thing to do is just gather the 2 favour that you need, and then task your villager on to something more important. Unless you're against a civilization like Zeus that can bolt your hero, then get 4 favour to rebuild it right away. Age of Mythology quick tips number 23, Hades and Poseidon favour trick. When playing Hades or Poseidon, you start with 0 favour, which means you can't afford your classical age hero. The best thing to do is just gather the 2 favour that you need, and then task your villager on to something more important. Unless you're against a civilization like Zeus that can bolt your hero, then get 4 favour to rebuild it right away. Age of Mythology.
This guy's got this pretty good quick tips on Age of Mythology. So that literally all he does is do shorts for Age of Mythology. Wow, that's all he does. Maybe it's not all he does, but there's a lot of them though. Well, that's an interesting idea. Put a couple of those cool. Putting a little bit more work into those. I like that. Those are pretty nice though. Cool. Age of Mythology. He's only been on for a year, this guy? Wow, look at him go. Look at this guy go, man. Rocking it. Very neat. Very neat indeed. We're not too sure who we're going to end up watching next at this point, though. Very neat indeed. Somebody